Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Geek Out review Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai. As usual, I'm Alex, and I'm joined by Felipe Macedo. Felipe, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm pretty good. Been a long 2 week without you. I'm very happy and excited to talk about the episode today. Two slower episode compared to what we are used to for the past few weeks,
True.
uh, but a lot of character development this week, especially with Pop, Leona, and Dai. So
True.
I'm very happy that we focus a little bit more on these character this week,
hmm
um, and a lot of big reveal for the next few chapter of the story. So I'm really happy. Like I said, smaller episode, slower episode, but they reveal pretty much everything we need to know to go forward until the end of that story. So I'm
hmm
very excited. What you thought about these two episodes?
Yeah, I think that just like you said, like it was slower episodes, but the quality of the episodes, my man, it's like the best stuff that I ever seen so far on the whole series.
Yeah, it was really
Especially,
good.
especially the episode 23.
Yeah.
Man, it's. I was like, I was stunned by what I saw. Like the quality of the fight, like the special effects, like everything was like, oh my god, am I
The
really seeing this? You know?
Yeah, it was really nice. We're gonna come back to that superb scene, like you said.
Uh-huh.
Before that, we're gonna go back to episode 22. It's called "Go to the Department Store" or something
Yeah.
like that. The title of the episode, and it
hmm
was really that. But I found the episode really funny because
Yeah.
when it started, and we have that little scene with Leona. She has like all the mages, all the
hmm
like the console around her. They're all, oh, I want to go with Dai on his adventure, blah blah blah. Everybody want to go on the adventure, and you have Leona like just being annoyed and telling to herself, but a little bit too loud, that no, she wants to go on
yeah.
the adventure. Um, and then the situation presents itself that uh, basically they need new equipment, they need a new sword. Dai is coming in the room saying like, hey, that sword that I have is basically like a video game. It's ruined.
Yeah.
There's no more. I need a new one. I need to go buy a new one. And
hmm
Leona is all excited. She's saying like, "Oh, I know this mall in that village that we can go." So at first I was like, "Okay, sure." They take an episode like a filler episode. They're gonna create this little story and everything.
hmm
But I like how they mesh it in the real story of what's happening. Um, so at first I was kind of like, oh no, not that kind of episode. But the way they spin it around for like the second part of the episode was really nice.
Yeah.
So like they really got me by surprise with that one. Um, and
Yeah.
it
No,
Yeah,
go
sure,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, it's just that the first part of the episode 22, yes, there is a little bit of uh, laziness, like in the sense of like it's kind of like a filler,
Yeah.
but I don't I try to not consider that a filler, but it's just like showing who Leona is and what kind of person she is, and she's a princess. She likes fancy stuff, and
Yep.
it's okay. It's normal, I
But
guess. And like for example, we see a little bit more of Die of Pop, like what they wanna buy, what they don't wanna buy, you know. So that was
but
kind of it was a little bit goofy, funny, and it's
yeah,
okay.
but you see, that's why they got me good with the second part of the episode because
hmm
like this episode is really a Leona episode. Like
Yeah.
it's focused solely on her, and I love that the episodes start kind of grimy, with everybody being serious, everybody like being overprotected, and
Mm-hmm.
you see her on her throne just being like annoyed by it, and then as soon as Dai enter the room and ask for this little adventure, the
Mm-hmm.
levity of her emotion went on with the levity of the episode. So everything became a joke. Everything became like funny, and with Pop holding under the balloon like
Yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
True.
stuff like that, as Leona was becoming more and more excited and more joyful and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have that split at the middle of the episode when the dragon and the Hydra appear in the capital, and suddenly Leona become serious. She become the ruler that she is. Okay, we need to protect these people. Can
Mm-hmm.
you Pop? Can you fight? Die? Can you do this? Blah blah blah. And the tone change for the episode with her own emotion. So I really really appreciate what they did there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I said they got me by surprise, because I started the episode saying like, oh, that's gonna be just a goofy one, but then you start to see the pattern that they are doing with the episode and Leona herself, and you're like, oh my god, this is brilliant. Like they subvert you into thinking like, oh, we're buying this, oh, the armor is too big, blah 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 blah, like all these little joke, and
Mm-hmm.
then they switch it, like instead of keeping it for a whole episode and then you go into the serious episode after, they
Mm-hmm.
switch it like at the middle of the this one and bring you up to speed for the next one. I really really enjoyed it. It was really
Yeah.
well done. The pacing was excellent for that. It was cool, and the jokes were nice. I like the jokes of Pop like being under and hearing like what Leona thinks of him, and Dai
Yeah.
trying to defend him. That was
Mm-hmm.
nice. Like it brings us back to a conversation they had previously when she was talking if Pop should go talk to mom and stuff. So they make nice callback, and it's a nice relationship building up between Luna and Pop.
True.
Um, I love Dai just like looking at everything and like seeing the price and doing like, oh, I shouldn't touch that, and Leona just passing in the bag. Oh yeah, everything under 5,000, go ahead. So
Yeah, yeah.
so they were good with their jokes and the joyful like ambience and everything, and when they switch it, I really really appreciate it.
No,
The
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
It was cool like to see like that Dai he he doesn't have this common sense of the good sense, and it's totally understandable because it's dying and we know his origins. And for him was like, oh, I will get the heaviest and powerful armor that there is because I think that that is the one that will protect me the most, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna be like the strongest one. So it's it's nice to see like the effects of that, because he ends up with being like this full armor, just like Yunka mostly like.
yeah.
And he thinks, no, no, now I'm gonna be the best one, but he barely moves.
Yeah, exactly. Cannot move, cannot climb the stairs and everything. I love that
Yeah.
everybody got their like next costume, like
Mm-hmm.
next level costume in this episode. I really enjoy the old mage giving the cape, the wand and the belt
Yeah.
to Pop, and Pop
Yep.
going on like trying to sell the belt, but the belt doesn't want to open. I
Mm-hmm.
love that little clip that we got of Leona trying different outfit.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was it was like really nice.
Yeah, it was a funny one. It was a good like you see it throughout like anime history, these kind of little episode. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was a funny one. But when she comes out with the bracer and everything, I was like, oh yeah, that's the Leona that we're gonna go with for later on in this adventure. It's really nice,
True.
and I love that. Like you have Leona, you have Pop, full ready, like I said, next level hero, and you have Dai in this armor, looking goofy, looking out of place, Like he seems even shorter than usual because the armor is so like
True,
bulky.
true.
That is so funny until the end of the episode when he jumped by the window, just fall down to his death, and basically rip off the armor. I like how they played with the imagery there. We only see the part of the armor flying out, but we don't see die. And then they cut to Leona doing something, Pub doing something, and boom, we have the reveal of Die coming in, like with two shoulders.
Mhm.
I think he kept the chest, kept the
Yeah.
boot, and
True.
kept just the little flap on his head. I find it so funny. Like
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
has the golden bandana, but little flap on the side. And yeah, so that was episode 22. Like I said, a funny episode at first. I was kind of, no, I'm not sure I'm gonna like that one. But by
Hmm.
understanding what they were doing with Leona's emotion throughout the episode and
Hmm.
finishing on that serious tone of like, especially with, I love that they did that and they finished with Leona being like that powerful ruler, like taking charge of the situation, with like the moment that Dai and Pup talk, are alone talking at the beginning of the episode, and basically Pup is saying like, "Oh, the princess is acting like all goofy and all," and Dai is saying like, "Yeah, but like right now she doesn't have the stress of her job or anything. Like, it's
Yeah.
nice that she can be herself for a moment." So like everything they do with Leona and the way she feels was really really well done in this episode, and
Yeah.
I want to see more of her in the future.
Yeah, it's nice because we already knew Leona like from the like the first episodes of the series,
Mm-hmm.
like she was a little bit goofy, a little bit of a tomboy,
Yep.
and but it was like a little, it was little, it was a little bit, but we mostly see her like she's like this princess that she has to be mature, she has to be responsible. So when we see her in the store, when we see when we see Leon in the store, we see like a goofy girl that she likes to shopping, and it's totally okay.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's nice to see like her goofy side, outside like being serious all the time.
Yeah.
So for
Exactly.
example,
Yeah.
we see that Pop, he's like you just very uh not brave guy when when he has to get serious. Mom, she's more centered,
Yeah.
and Dai, she's just a kid when he's not serious. So that's nice to see like just two sides of each character.
I love in this episode the joke because Leona calls out Pop at one point in the episode, saying to him like, "Oh, you are the kind of guy who run in front of danger." And
True.
then after that, Pup is on the window. He's saying like, "I'm going to take care of like the dragon." So, and he's going out like with a beautiful drawing, like a Superman fly. It
Yeah.
was awesome. Arrive in front of the dragon, and he's like, "Well, that's a bit too much. So let's run back." I love that
Uh-huh.
joke, like the way they
Yeah,
played,
yeah.
like in really like time one, time two, time three reveal. It was
Hmm.
really really good. So yeah, they went. They were so smart in the character writing in this episode, and like
Absolutely.
it blew my mind because like I said, I saw the episode on the first surface, on the first
Hmm.
level surface, at first, and I thought I would be disappointed by that, but then you start to peel the second and third level of it, and it's just purely amazing. It's a very 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 good episode. and
Yes, absolutely.
and that brings us to of course Die coming out at the end of episode 22 with the armor, sword ready, doing a
Hmm.
arrow slash or whatever, the wave slash, and we are ready for a fight against the dragons and the Hydra, um, in the episode 23. Freaking awesome. A half episode, uh, just fast paced, non-stop, no break fight between Dai and the Hydra, Leona, Pop and the dragons,
Yeah,
a bit of
yeah,
the village mixed into this. Go ahead,
true.
my friend. I opened the door for you to tell me how amazing that
No,
was.
it was like really, really beautiful. Like
Yeah.
the fight scene with Die and the fight scene with Pop. Although with Pop it was like a little bit short, but it was like awesome
Mm-hmm.
in the same way.
Very nice
But
effect. Yeah.
yeah, but man, what they did with Die when he was like slaying the dragon's head. Oh my god.
Yeah. That
It
that
was
roto.
like beautiful.
Yeah.
It
That.
was beautiful. Oh my god. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
that 3D model with the rotoscopic camera going
Yeah,
around.
when he was kind of sliding on the dragon.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
that
god,
was really
man!
really nice.
It was like, oh my god. They didn't they didn't want to spend little in this episode. You know, they were like, yeah, we know that this episode is kind of important, so
Yeah.
like we're gonna see, we're gonna put like a lot of stuff here. So it was like amazing. And in this episode we see also the introduction of two characters that are
Yes,
gonna be main
yeah.
after the episode.
I think I forgot to mention them because they were introduced quickly in the previous one.
True, yeah.
Basically, in episode 22, in the background at first we see a old woman
Hmm.
that look a lot like a character in Dragon Ball. Um,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
the old
In Brazil it's called Grama Uranai.
in Dragon Ball she's called what? Sorry.
In Brazil at least is Grama Uranai.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's a
but I
fucking
know like
badass name.
it's like the older woman like sitting on the ball, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the one.
Yeah, yeah.
And our granddaughter, Merle, if I'm not yeah,
Hmm.
Merle, Merle. So these character will kind of have a certain importance in the story of Dai, personally.
Yeah.
So in episode 22, we got kind of introduced to them. We see that Merlin. Well, basically, we are taught that they are seer. So they are basically the same
Hmm.
kind of people that protect Leona, the three sages, and stuff like that.
True.
But the seer basically can see the future, but not really. They feel the dark intention in the world, or the dark vibe in the world.
Hmm.
So Merle is basically sensing that the dragon are coming. That is still in episode 22. That the dragon are coming, even before the grandmother can feel them, and that Leona, Dai, and Pop can feel their presence either. Um, so that's pretty cool. That's like their introduction in 22, and in
Hmm.
23, after well, kind of during and after the fight, they're gonna start talking about a little bit like why the dragon are there, and like what kind of power they have and stuff like that. Um,
Hmm.
but we're gonna come back to them. I wanna go back to the fight with Dai. I love that, like we said, that first part. Um, like we got Pop doing his thing on his side, kind of like mixing the fight a little bit. Really, really
Yeah.
nice. It was a good moment to for Pop. I love the effect that they used. And then we have Dai and the Hydra with again that beautiful 3D rotoscopic. It's funny because the animation on the die model wasn't super clean, but the image was
Hmm.
moving so fast and with the rotoscopic and everything that you
Yeah.
barely see it. So they made such a good composition, and they made the movement so fluid that the little choppy animation
Mhm.
like was barely visible. The color were really really nice. The effect were cool. It
True.
was nice to see Die use his many power and everything. Um, and yeah, it was just awesome. Uh, I can't remember. Was that 3D after he unveiled the dragon crest, or before everything go to shit.
I think it was I think it was before, and
Yeah,
then
okay.
then they seen like happen.
Yeah, okay. So basically, after he does the crazy 3D shit, um, fall
Hmm.
down back to the floor. Leona is there trying to protect everyone, and the Hydra goes for Leona. Dai will basically broke down in rage, but what is nice,
Hmm.
it's a controlled rage. He's gonna be really
Yeah.
really like in control of his emotion all the way. I loved it. This is not a
Hmm.
classic Deus Ex Machina, like he's getting angry as power. Like, no, this time he's
Yeah.
activating the power by himself, which is a big, big, big
Yeah.
moment for Dai. He's
Hmm.
gonna, of course, protect Leona. It's gonna take few seconds. He's gonna go barehanded, boom, smashing the Hydra. That is awesome. Very beautiful visual. We got like the camera coming from the top, little
Oh, it was
die.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, that was fucking awesome. Like that was a very beautiful frame. Just the Hydra
Hmm.
and die smaller and one punch and the Hydra like going back. That was really really nice. So all
Yeah.
in all, and of course he's gonna finish it. All the dragon will be dead also. They're gonna save the day. The hero, everything is awesome, but when he turns back and the crest comes down and he goes to ask the little girl, "Are you okay?" Basically,
Hmm.
the little girl and all the village is scared of
Scared.
Dai,
Yeah.
and that was a beautiful, beautiful moment. I didn't see that twist coming. I didn't remember it from the book, but
No, yeah, me neither.
yeah, that was just very very nice, and I love that you have Pop and Leona, like you see in their face that they want to help Die, that they want to say
Hmm.
something, but at the same time they have
Yeah.
no clue what to say at that moment. Like they are just taking as a bat, like taking like by
Yeah.
surprise as
Be-
Die is.
yeah.
um,
Yeah, because they didn't expect that, right? Like they're trying to save the people there. Most of all, they're not just defending themselves. They're
oh,
trying to
exactly.
help people when people they were scared because of the die of Dai's power, you know.
Yeah,
And
exactly. So
maybe
uh,
no, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, so basically what happened is that while Dai was fighting, Merle and her grandmother were basically telling Leona and the villager the story about the Dragon Knight. So saying like
Hmm.
he's a force of power born from the three gods, basically the three elements that compose this world,
Hmm.
which are human, darkness, and
Demon and Dragon.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So basically, it's the mix of all three of those. Um,
Hmm.
and she says like by the prophecy, he's supposed to destroy the world or something like that. So, of course, when he comes back and everybody see the crest and everybody understand that he is the Dragon Knight, everybody is scared, and that fucking broke my heart. Like they played that scene very very well. The
Yeah.
transition to the next scene is a bit weird. It's basically like, oh, they are in the village surrounded by people, like everybody is sad, everybody is angry, everybody, and they just like skip, like no
Yeah,
transition,
yeah, yeah. True.
just a hard cut to, oh, we are on the side of the lake and there is a temple down there. Like that transition was kind of weird. Like I thought they were missing a scene. Maybe they would be walking toward
Maybe.
there.
Yeah.
Dai would be like questioning something, but no, they just like
Yeah.
cut back. So that was just a bit weird. But basically, on the
Hmm.
side of the lake, the grandmother keep explaining the power of the Dragon Knight. That Dai may
Hmm.
be able to change it. If he needs answer, there's a temple there. He needs to go there. And I love the Zelda-esque design of the temple. It's like you're
Yeah.
going in the
Oh, it
lake.
felt like Zelda. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's so good. The frame again, the framing was so good with the camera behind Dai, and just like you see the big temple at the bottom of the lake. That was
Hmm.
freaking awesome. I love the orb that he just touch and goes in the temple. That was another beautiful
True.
effect. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
and gets in the temple, talk to the crystal. Love the imagery again. Kind of a temple of solitude for Superman with the crystal there. With the
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was like that. Yeah.
it's funny. Like it's really like you can see like because what I like about it is that now because we watch it in
Mm.
2021, we have
Hmm.
reference for things that we grew up with, but that manga is coming from
True.
the 80s, so it probably inspired things that we are referencing right now, which I find
That's true.
very funny. Um, I prefer to think that in Ocarina of Time they got inspired by the temple in the Dice adventure manga. Um, but yeah, so basically the crystal confirms to Dai that he is the Dragon
Mm.
Knight because otherwise he wouldn't have even enter in the temple. And
Yeah.
2 seconds after, the crystal is saying someone is coming, and the door in the back is just getting pounded of. I don't know why. That was another funny decision. Can you just open the door?
Yeah,
But
that wasn't necessary at all.
it was a nice introduction, but a bit over the top. So
Yeah.
basically, Baron just punched through, comes in. We got a beautiful shot, a beautiful hero shot of Baron, the sword tip with the dragon
Hmm.
head and everything, and
Yeah,
Baron
it's
just there
nice.
with with the
Uh-huh.
monocle, just freaking amazing. Back in the village, I forgot
Yeah.
that we had a beautiful scene, a taunting scene by Kilvern. That was
Hmm.
nice. Kilvern
Yeah.
presented itself to the hero. We now have officially a new villain that we need to take care of. Um, yeah, so first part very fast, very actiony. We got beautiful fight scene. We got a weird transition about the power of the
Hmm.
Dragon Knight, and we are now
True.
in the temple. I can't wait for the next episode. Like this episode was
Yeah.
such like I love that the fight was basically
Hmm.
meaningless. That was destruction just for the pure sake of
True.
destruction. Um, but it gave our hero at least a clue to what he needs to be next. Like what
Hmm.
like now he is at a point where he needs to decide what he's gonna be for the future. Is he gonna be like?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Me? Okay. Uh,
No. No. Sorry, it's just a little bit
no.
connection problem. But go ahead, please.
Okay. So like for now I see three path for die, or he stays like a nameless heroes, like basically what he
Hmm.
is since the beginning of the series, like just a heaven student, part of a group, or does he
Hmm.
go and take this destiny seriously? And if he does, he now has two paths, or the path of destruction or the path of the savior. So it's really nice,
Hmm.
like the way they lay down his option, because even as he was asking question about the Dragon Knight, like you have Leona and Pup
Hmm.
kind of telling him you don't need to be this for us to respect you or everything. I love that scene on
Yeah.
the side of the lake that Dai is just jumping, saying like, "I'm scared that you
Hmm.
won't like me if I am this monster," and Pup
True.
just going on the floor saying like, "No, you stupid, you don't understand what friendship
Yeah.
is." So
That was touching.
oh yeah, that was really really good. So yeah, so I'm eager to see how they basically gonna bring Dai to understand that he doesn't need to choose one of these three paths. He just need to understand
Hmm.
that these three paths are the one and the same, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to see how they're gonna explain it and bring it forward for the character of Dai in the next episode up to the end of the series. And I'm very happy that we are at that point now in the story.
Yeah, we finally reached the parts of the story that we're gonna see Dai's origin, and that is really really nice
Yeah.
because you see that like he was always treated like a human,
Hmm.
and he acts like a human, he talks like a human, and that for him it was like good enough because
Yes.
he saw himself as other people, and that never really bothered him because of like this secret power, like this power that he wakes when he's in despair or he's angry, and but when he saw people like scared of him, he was like, "Hey, maybe I'm not human after all. Maybe I'm a monster. I don't know."
Yeah.
And we see that his origin, that because he lacks of knowing his origin, it was like, "Hey, I think that's time for me to know who I really am," you know. And we always have to see like uh, that he's a kid, he's 11 years old,
Hmm.
and that kind of stuff that must be like really really heavy,
Yeah.
and for him he was like, oh, maybe I'm a monster and maybe no one will like me ever again, and because of that I'm gonna lose Pop, I'm gonna lose Mom, I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose Leona, you know. That's kind of train of thought that 11 years old kid
Yeah.
they have, you know, because go ahead.
I love the so childish but so true explanation that he give about
Hmm.
how he grew up. He says that on the island, the fact that I was human didn't bother the monster. They were still all my friend.
Hmm.
But
True.
the human don't accept you the human will accept you as long as you are human. So and that is such a like childish way to explain it. Is basically like
Yeah.
as if you don't care you can love everybody, if you care you're not liked by anybody or whatever. But yeah,
True.
that was
Hmm.
really nice, and that completes what you are saying so well. That for a kid, like this is how he understand it. He's like, why would the
Yeah.
monster like me if I'm a human, but the human don't like me if I'm a monster? And like
True.
that is so good, and that
Hmm.
brings us like to that perfect moment where Baran will be here saying like, "Hey, I need your power. I'm gonna tell you exactly who you are and what you are, and I need you to come with me to my army. We're gonna destroy. Sorry, we're gonna fulfill your destiny. We're gonna destroy the world." And
Hmm. Yeah.
that gives us the third path, basically that Dai can take, and I want to see how they're gonna build up these three routes, these three like how can I say like philosophy that Dai can form his character with and see how he's gonna grow for the next episode and so until the end of this show. God, that was so good.
Yeah.
Two beautiful episodes.
It's gonna be like really really good. Like we
Oh
already know like Pop's past, Mama's past,
yeah,
Yunko's past. If you're Crocodile, we
yeah. I kind of
Crocodile
know a
is the
little
one
bit.
that we kind of don't know. But Dai is like the protagonist, and we know barely to nothing. You
Yeah,
know, almost nothing about him. So it's gonna be like really, really awesome, like who he is and what he can do, what he can do. You know, like more of his origin, and that's really, really nice.
yeah, yeah. Basically, it's gonna be it's gonna be the Saiyan arc for
Hmm.
Goku. Basically, now we're gonna know where is coming from and what is and it's nice because it's not only Dai but it's gonna give us
Hmm.
insight into Baran also, so that's nice because
True.
like that show has been good so far as giving us um, good story and good background for the villain. So Baran being
Yeah.
one of the most powerful and the most interesting villain in the Dark Army, I'm eager to know what is his story and the story of Dai and why they intertwine and why there is two Dragon Knight while there's supposed to be only one, and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
like I'm very
Yeah.
eager to see it. I can't wait for the next two episodes that we're gonna cover
Yeah.
in the next week. Anything else? Any
Oh
closing
yeah, me too.
statement?
No, it was just like two really great episodes
Oh
that I
yes.
really like it, and man, it's really good, and I'm so happy that we can see like with the technology that we have today, this Marvelo anime, that we love so much.
Yeah, yeah, I cannot agree more, man. I think these two episodes, especially coming in, like I said, with a bit of skepticism, like being this
Hmm.
surprise and never saw that twist coming and say like, oh shit, this is how they build up the episode. I was it was good. It was just two very 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 good episodes, and I can't wait
Yeah.
to continue into this adventure. So I hope, guys, you're gonna continue with us. Don't forget, every 2 weeks we post these episodes. Felipe, as usual, thank you very much for coming with me on this
Thank you.
show. And if you want to follow us, you can follow me at SoSchwank on Twitter and Felipe at Macedo Felipe. And of course, you can follow us at The Geek Ride. So, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Ciao.